Ladies and gentlemen, in a word, share. You think that's bad? Wait till you see this.
Where am I? Who are these two fairies? Wagon wheel with Tuesday. Oh, it's a podcast? You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Hello, lovelies. Welcome back here to Chermoir. Share. The memoir. The
Musical.
podcast. The musical. The chapter 1. Part 1 thing. This is Fab, that's Posh, and we are in the memoir dome.
I was like, is it still a memoir though? Okay.
Yeah, this is a memoir. It's Share, the memoir.
Mariah's still on the door.
Yeah, Mariah's still on the door, the memoir. We're in the
no one
memoir
can
dome.
see.
It's not the Me, I Am a Memoir dome. It's the Chermoir
Generally,
dome.
it is, you're right.
Yeah, we're in the memoir dome.
Butt to face.
Butt to face. Why can't we just be face to face? No,
Well, I mean, we could be butt to butt. Like, there's so many variations.
when it's that's what Scott Brennan used to call gay light savings. When you go to the sauna and there's only bottoms left.
Oh my god. Everyone just rubs up against each other.
Just like, oh, the tops have gone blown and gone to bed. Oh, it's gotten dirty already.
I know.
My family started.
Oh, it's happening.
Anyway, this is our Share podcast. We got to find out what happened last time.
Yes, that's your job.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, we're going to turn back time.
If I could turn back time.
No, there's an actual
I know.
song.
But every time I think about turn back time, we need the 1970s waves.
Cher moves to New York, then back to LA. She hooks up with Warren Beatty, breaks the heart of Phil Spector's bestie, goes to acting school and casually mentions she won an Oscar.
Oh, yeah.
Just casually. Like, I went to acting school briefly and, I did win an Oscar.
Yeah.
I guess because that maybe doesn't happen till the second book, so we need a
She
bit of...
needed a reminder.
Yeah, we need to know here that she won an Oscar at some point.
Educating us at every turn.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fun because I don't remember any of that except the Warren Beatty part.
You don't remember going to New York? She was there for months.
She moves around a lot.
So much.
And she's about to again.
I know. There was one point in because I've read a few chapters ahead. There was one point I was like, how are you only this age?
Yeah.
I feel like we've lived 14 lifetimes and you're still a teenager.
And then she mentions at a certain point, and I pointed out in one of the chapters that how many houses she had decorated by a certain person.
Yeah.
And I was like, hang on, you've already moved 87 times.
Sometimes I think when she says things like that, she means in the future. Like, I've had this many houses decorated.
No, that's what I mean. But I'm like, there's 19 more moves.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I mean. It's
yeah.
Oh, God,
No.
I thought we'd already moved more than that. And there's more.
I get the impression as we go along that, moving is fun for her.
I think she just walks into an open house, they're showing it. She's like, I live here now. Like, they're like, but we need, you don't. Well, my bag's there.
My bag's there.
I put my
bag down, so it's my house.
So I live here now.
Okay.
I'm Cher. Like, how do you argue with that?
I'm Cher. This is my Cher house.
How do you argue with that?
Well, everyone, welcome to my Cher house.
Now get out. Oh my God.
Share house means it's Cher's house.
Weren't we discussing, was it Anastasia, the video you sent me?
Yes!
So we might have Anastasia popping up somewhere. I can't remember what
we
it was.
We can do it now.
Because it was about name dropping. What was it that she used to say? She was talking about Cher or something.
She was like, she said... So Anastasia was backstage and there was like a thin wall between them and she was getting changed and she saw that Cher was on the bill. She goes, oh my God, I love Cher. And she goes, who loves Cher?
Yes.
From across the partition.
So if you hear that at any point in the podcast, that's where we're stolen it from. And it's probably going to come up because Fab has discovered in each chapter that there is a lot of name dropping.
So much name
So you need your own little section to discuss this.
I haven't sorted it out, but
no,
we'll see
it'll
how we go.
Coming soon.
Yeah, it'll assemble itself.
At the end of part 1, we will figure it out. I think I was meant to rip it out and I didn't.
I was meant to also, note things down and I didn't.
Who thinks about this?
This is chaos. This is what we
Chaos,
do.
Cher.
Anyway, it's time to be Cher and always have been Cher.
I'm Cher, and I've always been Cher since I was this big.
Do you regret anything?
Oh, almost everything.
Oh, it's time to get the Posh Synopsis.
Oh, operatic. We're feeling operatic.
Well, Cher is so low. I feel like we need some balance.
Harmonising is
Yeah,
what that is.
there's too much contralto. We need a little bit of like up in the eaves.
Oh, I was like, who's Eve when she's at home?
Oh, look, my cousin. I probably shouldn't have been there.
No.
What do I think? I am royalty.
Uh-oh. I don't even know where to go with that. It's just too accurate and correct.
A little bit.
Yeah. All right. On that note, chapter 9, are we ready?
Yeah,
Because
go.
I don't know if we've had incest yet in this book, but that's been the one thing we haven't had.
Oh, it's clear. It's been hinted at.
Yeah, so again, coming soon.
Yeah.
Chapter 9, Tony meets Maria.
Oh, obviously a song from West Side Story.
Obviously. And I just realised I nearly went into my serious Christine Lardy voice. I was like, I don't have to do that. Like, Cher first met Sonny. Okay. So Cher first met Sonny in November 1962 at a booth in Aldo's coffee shop, right under KFWB radio station.
Oh, yes.
She was there for reasons unknown. She doesn't tell us. No. Cher was sitting with Red and Melissa, whoever they are, when a guy walked in and everyone seemed to love him. Because she doesn't tell us ever who people are.
No.
Cher expected some hot babe, but alas, just Sonny. The reaction was just so like, I thought, who's this going to be? Oh, it's just him.
I've already been fingered by Warren Beatty wearing Natalie Wood's bathing suit.
I'm not making another joke. That went down like a lead balloon.
I was impressed, but I was horrified.
Oh no. I might have missed that one I just made. When you listen back, you're like, oh god, he didn't. But Cher found this man intriguing. His tie matched his shirt. That's intriguing to Cher.
Intriguing to
Ooh, fashion.
Okay.
Oh,
I've realised a lot of what people are wearing gets mentioned.
and I mentioned that as well. Don't worry. Cher thought he was so interesting and liked his fingers. Well, don't we all?
Well, they're almost as good as Warren Beatty's.
That's sweaty, but you know. It wasn't love at first sight. She just thought he was special. But he was more into Melissa, Cher's friend, who wasn't having a bar of him or any man.
Melissa Joan Hart.
Melissa Joan Hart. Because she only knows famous people.
Yes, exactly. We already established Aunt Zelda.
Oh my god, yes, I forgot about Aunt Zelda. She just did a sexy photo shoot on Instagram.
Zelda.
I need to show you.
Oh my god.
We're butt to face.
I told you I saw her in she was in Bosch recently. She was a judge.
Oh, that's right.
It was an old episode of Bosch. I just watched it recently.
Yeah, it was from 1973.
Yeah. Get out, Aunt
She's
Zelda.
fully doing like sexy.
Oh, what is going on with Aunt Zelda?
Right?
Is this for a reason?
I don't know. Just because she can.
Just because she can. Oh my lord.
Like even in the undies, just in the knickers.
What is going on there?
I was like, oh, I'm very sexy. I'm tasting my own finger.
Oh my god.
just like Sonny's. I'm like, all right. I mean, I don't know how old she is, but
She looks 112.
oh bless.
I was freaking out the other day. I'm the age of like I think I'm older than Blanche was in the Golden Girls now.
Probably they were like late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah, they were not that old.
No,
I know.
people are concerned.
Yeah,
I was because Kristen Davis was just talking about that on the Sex and the City podcast that she's doing, and she was like, "What do you mean that they're our age?" Really? Because for them doing Sex and the City in their early 30s, it was like they were the Golden Girls.
Yes.
Like everyone was like, "What do you mean they show about women in their 30s?" Ew.
And now they're doing postmenopausal jokes.
Literally.
Oh my god, that's one of the only funny episodes of that ridiculous reboot.
Period.
Yeah, in the white jumpsuit.
The new trailer came out today.
Oh, that's right. It's back on soon.
It does look a little bit more settled.
No, I want it to be chaotic
Yeah, it is
and
fun,
shit.
isn't it?
Like, I kind of... I watch it almost for how terrible it is.
Yeah.
Like, I watch it every week with a gape going, I loved this show and I love these characters, so I can't stop watching. But also...
What the hell is it?
Real bad.
It's wild. It's like, did they all swap characters and no one mentioned it? Like... Is the joke on ours?
Oh my god, did you see Nia Vardalos did an April Fool's joke that no one realised was an April Fool's joke?
What?
It was just a picture of her and you know, the guy who looks like he should be bald but isn't bald from Sex and the City.
John Corbett.
Yeah.
I always think he looks like the Curly Sue man.
Yeah.
What's his name? Belushi? Jim Belushi, yeah.
Belushi. So they were just sitting in a cafe and she's got a big number 4 in the corner.
Right.
And everyone's just going, oh my God, they're making a big fat Greek wedding 4. How exciting. She's like, oh, I thought you would have noticed the date and that it's a joke. It's like, no.
No. Well, because he showed up in some fake photos for the first season of And Just Like That.
Yeah.
So he's not doing much.
No.
You know, if he can hang around and do it. He thinks it's real.
Yeah.
Like, Nia forgot to tell him.
Yeah, maybe Nia
it's
forgot
not
to tell
happening. All right, now I have to remember where we were. Melissa Joan Hart is a lesbian.
Yeah.
That Sonny's in love with. We're already there.
Of course Sonny hooked up with a lesbian. He's so powerful, masculine.
Yeah, the fingers. Sonny told...
She was immediately attracted.
Yeah, look at those fingers. Sonny told Cher he was a descendant of Napoleon, and she believed him without question. It must be the 1st of April. Sonny had done odd jobs, most notably as a masseur, with his signature move of lubing up his clients' cracks.
It was worse than lube, though, wasn't it? Something
maybe.
difficult.
I thought it was lube. Well,
No,
lube in
but
the butt crack is pretty...
Yeah, but it didn't have like it had like menthol or something in it.
probably.
It was like, it sounded stingy.
Oh.
And for someone who's currently got a fistula down there,
Oh, no! Emphasis on fist.
my obsessia has
Oh, God.
matured.
I'm just really aware that you're on my memory foam seat.
Don't worry, it's up a little.
To the left.
She's getting cut out.
Oh, God. So much happening.
I'm going to be able to fit in a full DP.
A triple, a quadruple.
A quadruple.
It's going to be beautiful.
It's going to,
You'll
just
be,
to get some traction.
Yeah, you'll be full Christmas reindeer any minute now. Oh, God. We're about half a paragraph into this, by the way.
No. Butt to face is always a bad idea.
Face is wild. So, where are we?
I don't know.
So he got fired for putting the lube in the cracks.
Yes.
But really he was a songwriter.
Yes.
And they end up going dancing and they like each other's clothes. Cher only talks about clothes.
She only talks about clothes.
She clarifies that she wasn't gay with Melissa, in case we were wondering. We weren't, because we know Cher's not gay anyway. She
wasn't gay with
I love
Melissa.
that she fills in gaps of things that no one's asking about. But she doesn't
I know.
fill in gaps of actual things that we need to know.
Yes.
She then tells
This
us...
is why it feels completely dictated.
Right, yeah. So she's not gay with Melissa. She then tells us about all the hot women in Melissa's apartment complex. So maybe she is a little bit gay.
A little bit gay with Melissa.
There's so many hot women with specific mention of their asses. So I think a bit of gay Cher gone on there. Sadly for Melissa Joan Hart, sadly Melissa Joan Hart tells Cher that she can't live there anymore, which was not only a surprise to Cher, but also to me, as I'm pretty sure she wasn't living there in the last chapter. Either way, Cher ends up living with Sonny in the building next door.
This is not
It's
okay.
wild. So she moves in with him next door. He was moving boxes into the building that had just been purchased by a wealthy family in a plan to lure their stripper daughter back from Vegas. I'm not making that up.
Didn't understand any of that.
No. Like, come home. We have a house now. What is that? That's why she went to Vegas, to make money to buy the house. That's why you have the house. Oh, God, I don't know.
I don't know what's going on.
Sonny was a grown-up, but he wasn't too grown-up, thankfully. While Cher was a 16-year-old lying about her age. I'm just playing with my hair now, because I'm Cher. I'm just like Cher.
I'm Cher.
I'm Cher. They would just hang out until... oh, my God. I'm laughing. I'm like, there's too many things going through my head about fistulas.
I'm so sorry about the fistula. You brought her, you fistula.
Oh, my God. It hurts. It does. I'm going to have to get it cut out with my brain.
Calling fistula, fistula, fistula.
Oh my God. I can't even look at you now. Because if I do, I lose where I am. They would just hang out until time was up on Cher's apartment.
Right.
At which point she confided in Sonny that she'd have to move home. And he said, well, hey, if you become my slave, you can stay here.
Literally. That is exactly what he
If you
said.
do everything, if you cook and clean and service me sexually, you can stay.
Although it turns out...
She can't cook.
She can't
I know.
cook. He tasted it one time. He was like, Yeah, all right, don't do that anymore.
I hear she makes a fierce diva pasta sauce, though.
Well, yeah, but maybe no one eats it. She just gives it away, and people are like, "Oh, good. Yeah. I'll keep that away from the children."
But luckily, like, he makes sure that we all feel reassured that he's not attracted to Cher.
He's not attracted to Cher.
Not attracted to you. You're just my slave.
Yeah.
Like, that's real boundaries, healthy.
You have to sleep in my room, in the other bed, like Bert and Ernie.
Yeah. Yes.
And like Lucy and Ricky in Lucy.
I love Lucy. That very famous show, yes.
Had babies despite sleeping in separate beds.
From memory, they couldn't say the word pregnant.
Yes.
Or maybe once they could say it.
Yeah.
But then they had to say it like
but then she was actually pregnant.
Way.
She was actually
and she'd already had a baby before the show. Like, they already had the older daughter. That's a lot. The 50s were a time.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, God, where are we? Sunny doesn't think she's attractive, but whatever. Sunny was in the middle of a divorce, as well as stringing several women along, allegedly. Oh. So among her many duties was soothing his many lovers when he got bored with them or cheated.
Oh, my God.
What a catch, I write. One woman even claimed to be pregnant, took his money for an abortion, as well as 2 other guys' money, and flew to Hawaii to get her teeth fixed. And, as I said, and here I thought Georgia wasn't going to show up in this chapter.
Georgia.
It was definitely Georgia. Are you kidding?
It sounds like
Classic
something she would do.
Absolutely.
She would, except Georgia would have married all 3.
Oh, yeah. Cher didn't put that in because she just didn't think it was worth mentioning.
Yeah, Georgia would have married all 3 and then had abortions that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And then got
and
her
then
teeth
went to
fixed in
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Georgia's still with Gilbert at this point, isn't she?
Who's
paying for everything.
I think so.
And has the house next to
Let's say that.
the horses.
Let's say
Gilbert?
Yes, I think so. One of Sonny's friends pointed out that he didn't think Cher was 18. Cher was like, okay, you got me. I'm 17 and 10 months. Like, almost 18. That was also a lie.
That was also bullshit.
Sonny was momentarily miffed, but got over it.
Yeah.
I'm over it now.
Oh, no, I could never finger a teenager. Yeah, no, you stay.
Yeah, right. When Cher got sick again, which seems to happen a lot and without explanation, Sonny would look after her. As Cher's body wasn't yet in style, an actual thing that she says.
Yes.
Sonny thought she was too thin. Their relationship became that of a brother and sister, or father and daughter. Which just gets creepier and creepier the more you think about it. One night Cher couldn't sleep because the TV stopped at midnight. It went off. And I can't sleep now. This was before the invention of Cher's favourite program, the Up Late game show hosted by Hot Dogs for Big Brother. Well, Simon. For anyone who doesn't know, it was a midnight game show hosted by someone who came like 5th on Big Brother in 2004.
I didn't think it was that popular.
No. Bless. I remember Vesna. Do you remember Vesna?
I remember Vesna.
I loved her.
She was
and
the
I
best.
think I must have like popped that on a status somewhere and she found it and then friended me on Facebook.
Oh.
But was a little too eager to be friends. Bless her. I was like, oh, I need to not. Like, you were fun on telly.
Yeah. I used to get phone calls from a particular Big Brother winner who was looking for work. And I was like, dude, I can't help you.
Do I know them?
I don't know.
Oh, God, where am I?
Hot dogs.
Sonny said Cher could jump in with him, but ew, don't touch me. You're gross.
Yeah, that was... What was going on?
I don't know. Sonny helped Cher learn to enjoy reading, and they had lots of fun together. Cher would even play with 4-year-old Christy, who Sonny loved, which is nice because she's his daughter. Sonny loved Christy, his daughter.
Christy, whoever she is.
Yeah. Now it's time to pass to Stephanie.
Oh,
so
that's a lot
Cher.
of
good Cher.
Cher.
Yeah, she's all up. There's one. I think she does it one sentence and leaves.
My God.
So
Stephanie's
here. From the day they met, Sonny didn't want to go dancing with. Yeah. Sonny didn't want to go dancing with Cher anymore because she was a better dancer.
Yeah,
but he didn't want her going either. Can't go either.
Yeah, you can. Coercive control starts early here.
Very early. Cher thinks it's possible that he may have been possessive.
Maybe.
But she was happy because it meant he cared.
Oh my God.
I said, that's some
How it
Grandma
starts.
Linda logic if I've ever heard
Oh
it.
my God, Grandma Linda.
It's like, it's a man and he is alive. Marry him. Maybe.
Who is alive?
Yeah. Even, honestly, that second part's not that important.
Does he have money?
Yeah.
What, 50 cents? Yeah, that'll
Go
do.
on. They would hang out with Uncle Mickey, who ran a club called the Purple Onion. But Georgia was not aware of the situation, as in the Sunny situation.
Yes.
But more on that later.
Okay. You know what's weird? I got the impression that that Uncle Mickey was
Lived at home for a long time.
was somewhat, challenged.
Right.
Intellectually.
Yeah, when he watches game shows and such.
Yeah. And here he is running a club. I'm like, oh, is Uncle Mickey fine?
Yeah. I mean...
I thought he was in the gas for too long.
God. Well, he wasn't. It's just that Georgia shook him a bit when she was taking him out. Oh, God.
Oh my God, this is the most inappropriate podcast of all time.
It's one of those stupid things I say to people when they're having a baby. People they get pregnant and they go on maternity leave and so on. And so you always write a card for them and stuff. And it's been happening a lot at my work. And so I will say, like, oh, good luck. I hope everything goes well. And, you just remember if they're noisy, if they're crying, you can always shake them a bit. And then they're going to go, wait, what? I'm like, it's obviously a joke. It's obviously a joke.
Oh, it's like a gift. And you have to shake it to work out what's inside.
Well, ironically, one of my colleagues who is now having a baby, she got a card for someone else that said, good luck with the baby, you're gonna kill it.
Oh my God.
It was deemed inappropriate, but we thought it was hilarious.
Oh my God, it is wildly inappropriate and hilarious. It can be two things.
It can be both. Yeah, probably even more than that. So Uncle Mickey, he's running the Purple Onion, as you do.
The Purple Onion.
Cher then lists a bunch of singers she likes.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, next story. One day, when singing in the apartment, Sunny heard Cher singing and told her she was good. She was like, I know.
I know, I'm Cher.
And he was like, no, you're really good.
I know,
like,
I'm Cher.
It's like she knew she was Cher before anyone else did.
Yeah, no one else knew
This
she
was all
was
happening
Cher.
in her head.
Yeah.
Anyway, now it's time for Sunny to show up in a Cadillac. Like, there's a lot going on. Cher was stunned as he had left for work today in a fucking Monza. He'd gone and gotten a new job for California Record Distributors, which had ties with Phil Spector. And that's who Sunny was working for. Good old Philly.
Phil Spector.
Phil Spector. It's just unproblematic as far as I know.
Philip, as she keeps referring to him.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't even refer to you as Philip.
No, very few people do.
I do when I talk to Gary about you.
Oh, do you? Specifically.
Yeah.
For my formal name.
Yeah. It's Philip.
I tend to write... If I write a card, I'll write Phil. But if I'm writing my name, I will write Philip. But very few people say it. If they already say it, I'm fine with it. If they start randomly saying it, I'm like, what?
Should we explain that your name is Philip, not Posh?
Maybe. I don't even think... It's funny, I only use Philip Lee Curtis here and on Facebook now. I mean, not on Facebook. Don't look me up on Facebook. Bleep that out. Possible Prince X is my name. Follow me there. So Cher was finally allowed to to visit the studio.
Yes.
After a period of not being allowed. And Phil pretended he hadn't once tried to make a pass to her. He's like, I don't know who she is.
I have no idea who this thin teenager is.
Yeah, this hot child, I don't know who she is. Cher describes this... Cher describes to us every instrument that she saw there, leaving no minor detail out. She's like, I only listed singers about 3 paragraphs ago. I better list some new stuff as well. I don't have any clothes to talk about. So I'll mention...
It's like the Corey hotline.
What?
It was an episode of The Simpsons where Lisa was obsessed with Corey.
And they charged all that money.
It's like Montessori, allegory. Here are some other words that rhyme with Corey.
So Cher lets us know they had pianos, sound equipment,
Yes,
horns,
yes.
you name it.
In
They
a
had it.
music studio.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, sound
that they would
instruments
have all those things.
and equipment. Cher got to tag along a handful of times, and she loved it. The only thing that made her sad was that Nino, the other pedophile, would look right through her. He would look right through her as if they'd never met, which Cher thinks is sad, but could also be more about not wanting to alert everyone to the fact that he dated a child.
Yes.
But anyway,
Yeah.
on bad days, Sonny would have to play the jawbone.
Oh, yeah. The jawbone.
The jawbone.
Yeah.
A mule's jawbone.
A mule's jawbone.
This was new. We talk about this as
Had a
if it's
sore
normal.
jawbone from under a mule.
Well, fistula is blocking the other exits, so it makes
I wish
sense.
I'd never told you about my fistula now.
Oh,
You're going to be in there all night. And you clean the pus while you're in there?
It's too much. It's too much. Isn't it self-cleaning by this point?
No, not entirely, no.
Rude. So yeah, we're talking about mule's jawbone instrument as if it's normal. Things were going great until Georgia.
He had to punch it real hard.
Did he? I can't remember. I blocked
That was
it
the
out.
description. That was the only thing, because it made the teeth rattle.
Yeah, it was too
So
much.
weird, the jawbone.
Things were going great until Georgia wanted to come and visit.
Yeah.
Cher had told her that her roommate was a flight attendant, often away on flights.
I can't. She's not
No,
here because she's away on a flight.
Yeah, she's a flight attendant. Georgia had been to visit before, but Cher made her call ahead so that she had time to dump all of Sonny's clothes into Melissa, Joan Hart's apartment via the window.
Yeah, because they lived across the way from
Yes.
each other.
But half of his stuff would get lost in the hedge between the buildings, or it would be used as a replacement for pasta, because it sometimes fell in the sauce.
That was very strange. Poor lesbian Melissa.
That's the info she puts in.
Yeah.
You know, like we won't say who Melissa is. But she loved her pasta sauce.
And lesbian.
Being a lesbian. But Cher isn't a lesbian, although there were some hot women around.
So many hot
juicy
women.
butts. But
I
I'm
can
not
see
gay.
why Melissa lived there.
Yeah.
Not me, though.
No.
I was checking up with Sonny. He's an ugly man.
Yeah. Gorgeous lesbian though, wouldn't he? Oh.
He'd be hot as a lesbian.
But this particular day, Georgia showed up unannounced.
Oh, no, not Georgia unannounced. That's a good
Georgia
movie.
announced. Yeah.
I'm Georgia unannounced.
It's like all the other shows we're watching, the Elsbeth, the High Potential. It's just Georgia unannounced.
Georgia unannounced. I would watch that crime
Shows up
show.
and solves crimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Cher ran around tossing things. She figures out how the pants got in the pasta.
Yeah.
That's how.
Hang on. Have these pants always been in this pasta?
I noticed things.
I think these pants came in through the window from my daughter's apartment. There's a man living there.
Yeah. How old is he? And more importantly, is he famous?
Is he wealthy?
Yeah.
Is he Warren Beatty?
But so she showed up unannounced. Cher ran around tossing things left and right, but Georgia knew something was up, because she obviously we've just established why.
Her vagina.
Whose vagina? Cher's
vagina.
Oh, okay.
Her vagina.
That's an app we need to know. Chergina. Is it your vagina or is it my vagina?
It's vagina.
Everyone gets a go. Oh God. Honestly, there's a few men in this area that I think would go on Chergina, but they're the vagina. They are the vagina,
Yeah,
and they would like to be shared.
I would like to be shared.
Yeah. But due to the vagina, I guess. Cher had to come clean.
Well, you'd hope so.
Yeah. I mean, they are self-cleaning.
Yeah.
So she didn't have a choice. She just was clean all of a sudden. Which led Georgia to drag her home. You know what I'm saying, with this man who's not famous?
Yes. Or rich.
Yeah, exactly. Georgia even went to therapy over it, who suggested she take Cher on a trip to get her away. I love that this is what makes Cher's family go to therapy.
Yeah. It's like, should my mum go to therapy for thinking I sucked off her boyfriend with the motorbike? Or because I've shacked up with a small man with no money?
Yeah. And just all of the generational stuff. Nah.
Yeah, let's not even worry about, her mum being born after her grandmother went for a swim at the age of 11.
God, not the moonlight swim. So the therapist is like, you should get away.
Yeah.
So off Georgia, G and Cher went to Arkansas, where Cher discovered racism.
Oh my God.
yay.
She unearthed it.
She
It had
actually
not
found it.
existed.
No one mentioned it.
No one had mentioned it until just this moment.
Exactly. And one of Aunt Zelda's friends, so interesting that Zelda came up already.
Yes.
Zella, as an actual alleged name is.
Aunt Zella.
One of Zella's friends thought it would be fun to commit vehicular manslaughter against a bunch of women who were guilty of standing while black.
Yes. Oh
It's
my
a
God.
lot. It's a lot.
Horrific. And then we get the entire history of racism, which
Yeah,
I
I know.
thought was lovely.
Yeah. Well, 'cause if Cher didn't share it, we wouldn't know about it.
We
Yeah.
needed to contextualize. And thank you for sharing, Cher.
Cher was furious, but Georgia was like, babes, you know I'm not racist, but you're ruining dinner. Which is sadly a lot of people's attitudes to this day.
Yes.
Like, oh no, don't ruin
Look,
it.
stop
We're having fucking tuna casserole. Don't ruin it.
Stop telling your racist uncle he's racist.
Yes, we all know.
We all
accept
know
it.
he's racist.
While separated on this little trip,
Yes.
Sonny, who doesn't know about racism yet,
Cher hasn't explained it to
no,
him.
exactly. He's not back yet. He realised how much he missed Cher, and she hadn't realised how deeply she felt for him.
Oh.
Now, Cher was allowed out with strict rules. Yes, that's the end of that sentence. One night,
Like many of the paragraphs in the
know.
book. What?
one night,
Oh, we're on to something else
Yeah.
now. Okay.
One night when Sonny dropped her off late, Georgia said that she was going to call the cops because her friend Patricia did it all the time and it worked a treat.
While talking about racism.
That's why it came up.
She's just been to Arkansas.
Yeah, they call the cops all the time. Cher points out that Georgia wasn't so concerned when it was Warren Beatty.
Yeah.
This did mean now that Sonny knew Cher's real age because Georgia let that slip.
She's 17!
Yeah, right? And things,
Still.
yeah.
It's been years.
We've moved 24 times. And things did quiet down for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia convinced Gilbert to let Cher live in a chaperone's residence for girls
Yes.
who work in the movies. No men allowed.
No men allowed.
Under curfew.
Yes.
I love that she's dumping her again.
Yeah.
I remember when you went to the nunnery and I was really sad. I'm going to do it a few more times. Does that really work? God, it freed me up. Although they were allowed to do whatever they wanted on their free time.
Yeah.
Which meant hanging out with Sonny. I don't know. Like, Georgia doesn't think things through.
Yeah.
Now, Georgia forgot all about this drama when the spotlight shone back upon her life.
Yes.
So it was about me again? Oh, yeah. Who's Sonny? Gilbert wanted a divorce and was running off with her best mate, Beverly.
Oh, Beverly.
Beverly Leslie.
Beverly.
It has to be someone famous. It's Beverly Leslie. And when he left, her lifestyle went with him.
Oh, no. I've got your lifestyle now. Georgia. Jackie Jean Georgia.
Literally. And as I said that, I guess maybe he was a little more rich than she was beautiful after all.
Oh, well,
snap.
she is, as we discover in the next paragraph.
Oh, yeah. Is it? Because now we get trigger warning, suicidal Jackie Jean chat.
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about? Apparently that's where Georgia would go in bad times, and Cher was worried she would go back there. But I guess she doesn't, because as quickly as it came up, it's dropped. Yeah. She's like, sometimes Mum threatened to kill herself. Anyway, I was wearing a tie and a pretty skirt.
It's because it's kind of like, oh yeah, she's got to go back to work, and she's not the age she was.
Oh, yeah, true. She was sad, though. While she didn't actually love Gilbert, she was fond of his money.
Yeah.
Like, I love that she's like, she didn't really love him, but it was
he
so
was
sad.
rich.
Yeah. It was a lot. Cher went home to nurse her mother through the breakup and to help give G some stability. Gilbert said he'd keep paying the bills, but may have to sell the house and cancel all the credit cards and so on. This woke Georgia up out of her depression, quick smart, so she could go on a shopping spree. She's like, he's going to cancel the credit cards. I'm not going to kill myself anymore. I need furs.
I'm not going to kill myself. I'm going to fill up these credit cards before they get cut up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Cher even got a couple of things out of it, but Georgia decided Cher was a careless bitch and took them off her.
That scene was...
What is happening?
I don't know. Because, before that, Georgia had...
Wait, she's Jackie Jean when we're mad at her.
Yeah. She had bought Cher a whole bunch of things, and Cher's like, I don't like any of them.
Yeah.
And she goes, you don't even want to try them on? She's like, no. And Cher chose these 2 things
That she liked.
and the other ones Georgia went, no, you can't have these. You can't look after them.
No.
What is?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
And why do we need to know it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, of all the things we need to know.
Well, every now and again something comes back.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's why you told us that useless story that went nowhere. Because it revealed something later on.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
feel
this
like
book's meant to be read in one sitting. You know? Just
maybe
like,
I'm having trouble getting
down.
through one chapter in one sitting.
I have to rewrite it. Imagine.
I know.
My life.
Why did we decide to do this stupid thing?
So one night, Sonny took Cher to see The Balcony because we're no longer talking about Jackie Jean.
Okay.
in which Cher spotted her acting teacher Jeff Corey.
Oh, that's
the Corey
right.
Hotline.
The Corey
Yeah.
Hotline. The Balcony's a movie. I'm like, they went to look at a balcony. Here's a balcony.
Yeah.
Do you want to be Julia? Do you want to climb up?
Yeah, go on. I'm talking about the movies.
The movie, The Balcony.
Movies, yeah. In which Cher spotted Joel Corey, her acting teacher, and she was so excited, and I guess so was Sonny because he kissed her right then and there. Isn't that hot?
No,
Like,
she's
what?
a teenager.
I know. Apparently, from this point on, there was no turning back.
Oh no!
And this, thankfully, does bring us to the end of chapter 9.
It's too much. I can't deal.
Should we get our professional opinions?
I think we're going to have to.
It's my professional opinion.
All right. So, given that you've just taken us through, what is your professional opinion of what has transpired here?
I'm liking it less the more we've talked about it. I said it's not the most thrilling, but I do like that we are finally starting to get somewhere.
Yes.
Cher's home life is still pulling her back, but you feel like there is some momentum building.
Yeah.
I'm also pleased to learn that Sonny, while possessive and still considerably older, didn't immediately jump into the pedophile category.
Yeah.
He took a minute and then jumped into the pedophile
He
category.
groomed her instead.
Yes. Which is sadly still a better category than most of the men in this book so far.
So far.
And look, I gave it an 8. I feel like maybe it's more of a 7 now that we've talked about it.
No, I felt similar. I was like, problematic relationship aside.
Yes.
I feel like we got more room to breathe in this chapter. Yeah. Like, sure, room to breathe was describing all the musical instruments in one room.
and singers that she likes.
And lists of people. I am worried about being back in the orbit of Phil or Philip Spector.
Yes.
Why is she so formal with him?
I don't know.
Unless there was another Phil in the book.
Yeah, maybe.
And she did just a global search and replace.
Probably. Sounds about right. Or maybe she was like, no, he's bad, so I have to give him his full name because Phil's casual as if we're friends.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird. Also, nice to find out Aunt Zelda's a cunt.
That was her friend.
Yeah, but she didn't say anything.
No, you're right.
She laughed.
Did she laugh? I don't remember.
Weren't they all laughing because it was a
probably.
funny joke,
Probably.
allegedly?
Yeah.
And yeah, the whole thing is very difficult,
Isn't it? And so casual.
Yeah. Like, it's just like, oh, this is what we do on Thursday.
Right?
Is that?
Yeah.
I don't think it should be. But I'm so glad she share-splained racism. For
Yeah, oh God. Because I didn't know about it until she...
Yeah, I wouldn't have known
until this
anything
chapter.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the same. Because I felt it had more room, more breath, more... we developed Sonny as someone we knew, even though we barely got to know Melissa the lesbian, even though there were pants in her soup. I also gave it 8 out of 10.
Okay, I won't feel so bad then.
Yeah, don't. I mean, there's a lot of bad things happening, but the chapter itself isn't a bad thing. Does that make sense?
And you can start to feel she's getting, even though the pull is still there of the family, she is starting to get away from them.
And it's weird that, like, as she spends more time with Sonny, the narrative becomes more focused.
Yeah.
Which I wonder if that is, like, her family are so emotionally difficult that her storytelling is kind of patchy because she's not coping with all of this horror that's gone on. Like, it's a lot of trauma to
and on top of it, her mum's not been gone for very long, so it could also be a bit of, that bittersweet kind of thing of like, oh, I'm talking about a time that was very
Yeah.
difficult while mourning. Like,
Yeah,
it
my
could
mum
be.
was a dickhead, and also she's dead.
Yeah, you know?
And she stole my clothes. But I loved her. She took me to the Elvis concert and stood on the chair.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a lot. So, well, we're both in agreement there.
Okay.
Which means it's time to turn back time again.
Yes.
But turn back
Oh,
time.
oh.
And I can turn back time. All right, we're going to find out what happens in our reimagined
Yes.
version of the chapter.
Why don't you tell me
Oh, all right.
what you would do differently?
You know the guy that we met earlier who was a pedophile that worked for Phil Spector?
Sunny.
Yeah. Like, he didn't acknowledge her in the recording studio at all. And I'm like, well, why did we need to meet him? Why did she need to congratulate him on the Grammy?
Yeah,
like, we
said his
could have.
sister.
That's a whole storyline we could have gone
Yes.
without.
Yeah.
Because he didn't, he only came back because obviously someone said, oh, what about that guy?
Yeah.
And she's gone, oh, yeah, he just ignored me.
I mean,
God, I
maybe, look,
said
who
that someone
knows?
worked for Phil Spector.
Yeah, who knows? He might show up on a movie set.
He
in
might.
part 2.
Who knows?
And we'll be like, oh, thank God she mentioned him.
Yeah, but it was a weird moment, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. I just would have, been happy to kind of get rid of it.
Well, especially because he got a name, whereas
Yeah.
the Italian neighbour who took her virginity got nothing.
Got nothing.
He got no name, just her revenge sex.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
For me, I would just go back and explain how she got to Melissa's. Like, why are you living there now?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you got here.
There were many people that she just happened to be living with. At
Who
some
the
point.
fuck's Red? I'm pretty sure there's someone called Red.
Yeah, someone called Red.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
they
Who cares? It'll turn out Red is like the most important person in her story.
Was Red? I thought
I think Red was sitting with Melissa. Let me go back and check.
No, but wasn't Red in a previous chapter? Or am I thinking about someone else?
Could be.
I don't know.
That might have been blue.
There were so many.
So many
of them.
colours. And Cher still thinks that he's Napoleon as well.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, oh, we're related to Napoleon anyway. Who cares? Should we rename it?
Yeah, go on.
My rename was easy. It came to me because it was actually a line in the book, which is, that's just Cher. Anytime someone mentioned to Sunny, who's that, like, pretty child standing next to you? It's like, that's just Cher.
That's just Cher.
That's just Cher.
That's a cute title. Mine's Sweet 16.
Just a reminder.
In case we forgot, she's wildly underage.
Oh, I thought you meant that's how many fingers Sunny had. Right, so, okay. No, it's her age.
Now, I also am using songs.
All right, should we get some tits on our back?
All right.
If I want to put my tits on my back, it's nobody's business but my own.
So this is the section where we choose a shareism.
Yes.
Something she's said. I had a lot of trouble with this chapter
you?
finding something.
I only have one.
Yeah,
So
I only
it could
have
be-
one as well. What's your one?
Mine is, before too long, I thought the sun rose and set on his Sicilian ass. Yeah, I couldn't. That's the only one I could find, which is, of course, about Sunny. What was your shareism?
Mine was, as far as she was concerned, my weird-looking boyfriend was no Warren Beatty.
Yeah.
And he didn't get a free pass. He didn't even get a hall pass.
No.
What does that mean, Cher?
know.
He didn't even get a hall pass. Like, free
He wasn't
pass,
allowed to
hall
use the
pass.
toilet.
What? I know. I didn't. It felt very Cher.
Again, Cher's a teenager. She doesn't...
Wagon wheel were too
What?
soon.
Wagon wheel with two...
He didn't even get a hall pass. What do you mean?
Does she think she's doing stand-up? Is that...
Maybe.
What's
I don't know, but it made me
'Cause it
laugh. I
sounds
just like, this makes no sense.
No.
And I think that's why it has to be it.
Yeah. All right. Shall we check out the fluff and all the crap?
Let's shut the door.
Fluff and crap.
Sorry, a lot of fluff and crap.
So, there's a lot in there.
I shouldn't have shut the door so quickly.
No. It's the Memoir Dome door as well.
Yeah, I know. Have you got any fluff or crap?
I mean, just the usual. You know, if people would like to give us a little rating, that would
Yes.
be lovely. I'm sure that I did see one and I forgot to let me go find it.
No, we can do that in the next one. This one's gone on too long already.
It's true. And I still got plenty of vinyl. So if people want to buy a vinyl, I will sign it.
Yeah.
I will even, if you ask me to write a ridiculous quote from this podcast, I will write it.
Yeah.
And you can get all of that through possibleprincex.com.
Excellent.
And what about you?
I'm not doing anything.
Oh, good. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm on holidays. What are you talking about? I'm not even here.
No. It's my own butt to my own face is what's happening right now.
I am a disembodied voice.
Yeah. You're Nicole Kidman stretched out in a frame.
Well, Doctor Who is back on.
Oh.
So my Doctor Who podcast, Adam Richard Has a Theory, is turning up every week with new thoughts and theories about the new series with Ncuti Gatwa.
Who doesn't like Virgo, so I don't like him.
Oh, okay.
He carries a book of astrology around.
I know, he's
I'm
obsessed.
Like, you don't like me, so therefore I think you're a dickhead.
I mean, honestly, just for I'm not mad about horoscopes. Like all of them, we have all of the traits of all of the horoscopes.
Yeah.
Just some are more dominant in your mind.
Yeah, because it's telling you it is. Anyway,
let's
not take on astrology.
Yeah, I know.
We'll lose.
Someone will get upset with us.
Probably Cher. She'll come over and she'll move into my apartment.
Yeah, she
She'll
will.
put her bag down. She'll live here. This is my house. Get out.
This is in my share house. Which means it's my house. Get out. I don't share. Share doesn't share.
Yeah.
We will be back next Monday with another installment of this, whatever mess it is.
No, yeah.
But also, don't forget, we have Christine Lardy in Space coming on Thursday.
Yes.
Which is becoming more unhinged and deranged.
And it's our first butt to face Christine Lardy as well.
I'm not
nervous.
coping with that at all.
Could be interesting. Oh no.
We can't deal when we're not looking at each other.
I know.
I'm going to not look at you. That'll be the easiest way.
I probably won't be able to look at you because I have to speak serious.
You have to talk serious. You have to do the thing.
And I can't sort of make it up because halfway through these paragraphs I just kind of keep going. Like I don't know where I am and I just say words. But I actually have to read Christine Lardy.
Well, that's on Thursday, and then next Monday, chapter 10 of the Chermoir. All right. Bye, lovely.
Bye. Where am I? Who are these two fairies? Wagon Wheel with Tuesday. Oh, it's a podcast? You've got to be fucking kidding me. Glitter Plus.